Have you ever posted something through your social media network and then wished that you didn't post it? Chances are you were lucky enough that you could go back and delete it and nobody really noticed it. But it's also possible, if you let it sit for a while, that it ended up exposing you to some ridicule. Think about the last time that happened to you. It takes up a lot of your time and energy and angst and anxiety because, unfortunately, what you post on social media is typically seen by more people than the people you know. In fact, some people have even been fired over their social media posts. Well, take, for example, the 3 journalists and the photographer from an NBC affiliate in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were fired after they posted 2 YouTube videos that just spoofed the newsroom. Stranger things have happened. I'm Kate Santoff, and I am a communications professor at Cape Fear Community College in Wilmington, North Carolina, as well as the PTK advisor for the Alpha Chi Sigma chapter in Wilmington. Today we're going to be talking about social media savvy and how to control your own digital footprint. But first, let's find a common ground so that we're all talking about the same thing. Social media, social networks. Many young people believe that they can pretty much put anything they want to online with no recourse at all. They think that social media is pretty much protected under free speech, but there have been many cases which demonstrate that that is not necessarily the case. It depends on your employer or your academic institution's rules and regulations and code of conduct. Leila Goodman of North Carolina found this out the hard way. She was fired after she called her boss a complete tool because her company was not allowing employees to work overtime and make money doing so. So when she called him this on social media, she was fired. An attorney interviewed for a local television station said that the firing was legal because Goodman's comments fell under insubordination. They were not protected by free speech. According to Harris Interactive, 86% of internet users are trying to find people online. They're going online to look for people they know or to look for information about people. 86% of internet users are using online media in this way. Not exclusively, but they are using it for this purpose. And 45% of internet users end up finding out negative information about a person. So it's very interesting to recognize that that trace that you've left behind may very well give unsavory information about you. And what's the impact of this footprint? Well, a number of employers these days are using social media to screen candidates. This is at an all-time high, according to CareerBuilder.com. CareerBuilder discovered that 57% of employers are less likely to even interview a candidate if they can't find the candidate online. 54% have decided not to hire a candidate based on their social media profile. Half of employers will check their current employees' social media to see their activity. That's over a third have reprimanded their employees for inappropriate content. 70% of employers have used online content to screen candidates before they've even interviewed them. So that's important to note because we all should have at least one social media profile online so that we are potentially looked at for jobs, but we need to make sure that we know what's on it. So let's talk a little bit about that. There was a woman in San Jose who recently, within the past couple of years, was offered a job at Cisco. Now that's a pretty big company, right? Well, she tweeted, "Cisco just offered me a job. Now I have to weigh the utility of a fatty paycheck against the daily commute to San Jose and hating the work." Well, guess what happened? The offer was reneged, and she no longer had that job. So, what kinds of information do we share? This is important to know so that we understand how people are looking at us. So let's take a look. I want you to grab a phone and go along with me as we look at what is online about you. Now, interestingly, I want you to try this exercise with your own phone and then also with a friend's phone, because it's very possible that the information stored in your web browser is going to affect the outcome of the results. So first of all, try these 3 things. The first one being navigating to google.com and just type in your name. Next, navigate to peeku.com. That's P-E-E-K, P-E-E-K.com. And type in your name, see what comes up for either of those. And then enable your GPS location and type whereamIrightnow.com and see what comes up there. So again, after you've done this, do it on another phone and see if the results are different. But ask yourself some questions as you're looking at the results. Is it obviously you? Is there someone else with the same name? What type of information is available about you? What did you create yourself? What did someone else post about you? What did you approve and what did you not approve going online? What would somebody learn about you if they looked at you objectively? And what would an employer or a potential four-year university or a scholarship award, what would they find out about you? Try to look at yourself objectively and then take notes for yourself so that you can go back and make changes. You might want to change your privacy settings. Maybe people can see things you don't wish them to see. Privacy can help that. You may also wish to take some things down. It doesn't mean it's gone away forever, but perhaps you could start to take control. As things change in your life, as your status changes at work, or if you get a raise or an improvement in your job, or if you get accepted to a college, make sure that you post about that in your profile. Keep that profile up to date. You want your digital identity to be a reliable reflection of who you are today. Make sure it's always in line with current day. And I'll leave you with this. According to Seth Godin, everything you do now ends up in your permanent record. So the best plan is to overload Google with a long trail of good stuff and to always act as if you're on candid camera, because you are.